This is my vegetable garden, lettuce. I've been experimenting with this cardboard mulching. It's so dry and hot in the Virgin Islands that it hasn't been raining at all for months now. Running low on water, trying a new technique, cardboard mulching. It seems to work. Lettuce, tomato. This lettuce, trying to eat healthy. We all on the stay-at-home order, so been eating lots of cherry tomatoes. I got some beet seeds I sow in here. Cardboard mulching, it works, man. Cover the roots of the tomatoes. Those I didn't mulch in time. That's the result of the hot sun. I mean, I water them twice a day, morning and noon. I use those screens and cover them, but see, this one just didn't survive at all. And my papaya tree, I had to mulch it as well. Whenever I do this bed over, I'm gonna do the same cardboard mulching in this one. I got some ladies I just transplanted. And I do my container planting. I did not spend a dime on those buckets. I just picked them up from the bin. After people paint, I just get the buckets and clean them out. Been doing a lot of peppers, seasoning peppers. This one is loaded. Peppers. Eggplant. Tomatoes. Another eggplant. Cherry tomatoes. Spinach plant. I mix that with my salad. Tomatoes. Pepper, seasoning pepper. Those are the cayenne pepper. Another eggplant. Eggplant. I got a West Indian cherry tree right here. It's struggling because it's a dry season, but it's been here for years. When it's raining, it does bear a lot of West Indian cherries. My soil here is not the best soil, so I gotta do above ground planting, container planting. I cannot even dig a hole here that's a foot deep. It's all bedrock under there. As you could tell, it's not a pretty soil here, so I'll be wasting my time if I try to plant certain crops. But I've been doing good, you know, mostly for myself and sharing with the neighbors, friends. I do it as a hobby, so even if I got a lot I could sell, I don't sell anything from the garden. It's rewarding when you could share with the neighbors, share with friends. I got a soursop tree there, a sugar apple tree here. This is a plantain tree, struggling to grow, but this is a mango tree. It has a lot of mangoes on it. It survived here because it's feeding off my waistline, all the waste water from the kitchen and bathroom shower. So this mango tree is a miracle mango tree. Somehow it survived. I couldn't dig a 1 foot hole there, but somehow it made its way through the rocks and survived. I got a breadfruit tree right there. My compost bin. Do all my composting. This breadfruit tree survived here after multiple attempts to grow a breadfruit tree. I bought 2 breadfruit trees like $45 and they died. So I had to get creative, do a little engineering and take my one of my waste pipe from the sink and do some plumbing all the way down here in order for that breadfruit tree to survive. And soon, I would say in the next year or two, as a matter of fact, geez, for the first time I'm seeing this is a little breadfruit here. Wow. Not sure if it will keep this one, but that's a good sign. And believe it or not, this breadfruit tree is less than 2 years old. There's another one. Wow, I didn't see that. Interesting. So it's making babies. Wow. And this is a custard apple tree. It just shed its leaves, so it's making new leaves. And again, this one's another miracle tree because Hurricane Irma flew it to the left, and then Hurricane Maria came and threw it to the right. And I had to tie this tree to my truck and drive my truck and pull it back up, straighten it up, and then get about 4 rope and tie it one east, west, north, south, and try to keep it in the center. And it survived, prune it a little bit. And Hurricane Dorian came last year and shook it up again. And I just got tired, I just left it alone. So I may just prune it and leave it. This is a soursop tree. I've been eating lots of soursop from this one. Lots of soursop. I got another soursop tree. A young soursop tree coming up again. This is a step that I built to go down to my garden. This is the garden here. This is my storage, one of my storage tank for water. I got a pretty good system here. All my water from the driveway is trapped. I got plumbing all in the driveway, and the water comes in here, and I got an automatic pump always plugged in. So this pump is always plugged in. It's one of those pumps with a float switch on it. So whenever it rains and water comes into the drum, it activates the float pump. So the pump is in this 55-gallon drum. And this is all the water from my driveway. And the pump, I'll show you where the pump sends the water whenever it rains. Let me go up the step. This is the downstairs of my house. So the pump sends the water about 100 feet up. Up here. to this 400-gallon tank. And when this tank is filled, I got gravity feed for the garden. So this is it. So I always got water. I got plumbing. Let me show you the plumbing. So this is a driveway. It's on a slope. That driveway parking. It's on a slope. And this is one of the intakes. Water comes down into this intake. It goes down here into this intake. I got pipes into this intake. I did all the plumbing myself. I got one here, intakes here. And then goes down all the way down to this 55-gallon drum that I showed you earlier. Pretty simple engineering. I just had to get creative. Whew. But papaya, another soursop. This is a moringa tree. This is another West Indian cherry tree. Another West Indian cherry. Lemongrass. Try to drink some tea. Boost the immune system. Lemongrass. Moringa. I got a dwarf jelly tree, coconut tree here. This is a sweet tamarind tree. Sweet tamarind. In the Caribbean, we say tambourine. It's not ready yet, but it's a sweet tambourine. Let me take a bite. Not quite sweet yet, but not the sour tambourine that we used to in the Caribbean. So yeah. This is a pomegranate tree. I got a carambola tree here. This is a Suriname cherry tree. I got another Suriname cherry. Another Suriname cherry. And this is a sugar apple tree. I was home for like 8 weeks, you know, stay at home order. So I just got some old paint I pick up from the bins and just slap them everywhere. Just find work to do. Paint the trees, paint the stones, you know. Just find stuff to do, you know. And that's my neighborhood. Not a whole lot of houses here, but this is my moral box. Remember when we were kids? I'm not too much in flowers. I rather fruit trees. So I got another mango tree. This is a Julie mango tree. It's loaded. This tree is almost 18 years old. But because there's no soil, it's barely, almost just about what, 9 feet tall. It wouldn't, and it's been here for 18 years, I think. And it bears mango, it bears fruits. It's loaded with fruits. But it doesn't get very big because the roots doesn't have a lot of space to go. It's another mango tree here, struggling. This is another custard apple. Same issue with the hurricanes, struggling to survive. And this is a sapodilla tree. Sapodilla. In Dominica we call it chaputi. And although it's been there for a long time, the roots doesn't have a lot of space to go. See how small the fruit is? It doesn't get a whole, I mean, this fruit should get as big as a little round potato, you know, but because the roots it's struggling to survive. Hey, there's not enough soil, it's just bedrock. And lots of canip trees, and which I don't care too much for. Canip trees. My ficus hedge. I'm a planter. I enjoy planting. I do it as a hobby. Okay, that's it. My little story. That's my workshop. Another one of my addiction, the drones. I've got lots of them. Lots of them. Some of them, this is just some of them, some of my drones. A little hobby. This is one of my long-range drone. And we did a successful flight from St. Thomas to St. John's with this one over water. It was an ambitious flight, a lot of excitement. 50-50 chance we could lose it, and here goes 600 bucks. But it made it over Cruz Bay and back to St. Thomas. I think our flight time was probably under 10 minutes, I think. This thing moves at 60-70 miles an hour. It's called the Super G. It's one of my babies. Anyway, I got lots of them. Yeah, I got lots of them. Alrighty. Au revoir. Adios. Stay safe. Stay at home. Don't go out the room. Still under quarantine.